Alright, first I want to start off and apologize to the Washington Redskins on that video I made earlier this week. There's one thing that was really lacking from it, and that was giving credit where credit was due, and that was to the better team. I mean, I acknowledge that they whooped our ass, but I really didn't point out how outstanding the Washington Redskins played, and specifically RG3. And the fact that RG3 had a 153 quarterback rating, a perfect rating, which, by the way, I don't know how exactly that works, but he had one incomplete pass. If anyone knows more about football than I do, can tell me how. Anyway, Washington was such the superior team, and they deserved a lot more credit than I gave them for beating them, rather than just basically saying that my team shit the bed. Girlfiend, why did you give him that?
I'm just reusing it.
Alright, so anyways, Crixus is with us here again this week, and he's just going to tear apart a pile of papers in front of the camera. And good news, an announcement, Girlfiend and I just celebrated our annual anniversary, and one of the presents she got me was tickets to see the Philadelphia Eagles. So, on Monday Night Football, I'm going to be there. Yes, I know I said I would never pay to see, the Eagles again since they lost in Veterans Stadium. Well, technically, I didn't buy these tickets, so anyways. It's an anniversary gift, and Girlfiend is one of the best damn Girlfiends on the planet, so thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
And Crixus is excited that we're going to the game as well. Alright, all that sappy shit out of the way. Last week, I went 10-4 with my predictions. I feel I'm going to blast through these because I used up my football critiquing ability last week, and by the way, Crixus has, I don't know if you can see this, a Philadelphia Eagles do-rag because he's gangster like that. I used up a lot of my football critiquing energy in that video earlier this week. I know, Crixus, you're trying to channel the powers back into me. I know, you're doing a good job, buddy. And oh, it's an Eagles full toy too, which you can't see because he's blocking the camera. Wow, he's all sorts of eagled up. More eagled up than I am. Good boy. Alright, I'm just going to blast through these. You know how this goes. I do the review from the previous week, the predictions for the upcoming week, and I'm drained, like I said, after that video I made last week. And an early happy Thanksgiving to you guys, and remember, I got that video coming out tomorrow. Very special video that you guys have been requesting of me for over a year, so that's coming out tomorrow. Anyways, all the note-keeping shit out of the side. Alright, Thursday Night Football. Holy shit, I got another Thursday Night Football game correct. Buffalo beating Miami. For some reason, the first half of the year I couldn't get but maybe 1 or 2 games picked correctly, and now I've got like the last 4 or 5 picked correctly on Thursday night. Just whatever. Atlanta beating Arizona. Arizona's losing streak continues. The silence of Arizona's fans continues. You know, all those Arizona fans that got all uppity because you won 4 straight in the start of the season. Again, where are you at now? Exactly, you're in the doldrums, much like my team is in the doldrums, dwindling around in the basement, trying to find a new corner to piss in. Dallas. Again, happy Thanksgiving. Dallas barely beating the Cleveland Brownies. This is a game that I thought was going to be like a potential trap game for the Dallas Cowboys. Anyways, Dallas pulls it out in overtime. This was a game where... Oh, you don't need to see the rest of my body, you just need my head. Oh, there we go. This is a game where I think Dallas had like 58 yards of total offense in the first half. It was something really low. I know it was just double digits. And I was like, my God, that's got to be a record. I don't know, anyone watching the game, was that like a franchise low for the Dallas Cowboys? I don't ever, like as bad as I've seen the Dallas Cowboys be over the past 15 some odd years, I've never seen a performance that low from them. And again, it's against the Brownies, a team that you should have no trouble moving the ball against. So I know a lot of the Dallas fans, again, that I talk back and forth with via email, a lot of them were just saying like, well, we're not gonna brag about this win. I mean, how could you? You took the Brownies into overtime, and in all honesty, the Brownies were the better team in that game. Like, Dallas did not deserve to win that game. So, anyways, and that's a lot of Dallas fans that are telling me that as well, not just what I saw from the highlights. And they switched to that game here on the East Coast. I forget what game was a blowout, but they switched to that game. I forget what I was watching. Let me look through the list here. It was I forget. It must have been a game that ended early. Anyway, yeah, Dallas, playoff hopes are still alive because the New York Giants just suck like they do every goddamn November. Green Bay beating Detroit. I thought Detroit was going to pull this one out. It was a really close game, but this is, again, every single season that Detroit looks like they're doing good. They usually have to play Green Bay at some point, and that's where their season ends. It's usually Green Bay, for whatever rhyme or reason, ends up breaking the hearts of the Detroit populace. All right. What's with all the licking? What's with all the licking? Oh, you're okay. All right. Okay. All right. The more I resist, the more he comes after me. He's got the paper shoved in between his feet, because that's proper grammar. Okay, Cincinnati at Kansas City, winning 28-6. Can't really expect much more from that. No surprise whatsoever there. The Washington Redskins beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's see here, 31-6. Again, RG3. Fantastic job at quarterback. That guy is the real deal. A lot of people felt he wasn't giving RG3 enough credit in that video I made earlier this week, and that's pretty much the case. I mean, that guy is the shit. He's the total package. When that team gets, a really good stud receiver, beefs up that line a little bit, just watch out. But again, I think it's going to be an instance of where you don't see that long of a career out of him, but who cares? Like, if you get 8 solid years out of him and get a Super Bowl ring or 2, then that's all that really matters. But again, let's not get ahead of ourselves too much. My Eagles are putrid and vile, and I'm going to be there to boo them live in person with Girlfiend. Isn't that right, Girlfiend?
Yeah, what?
Exactly. She's going to hold the sign that says "Fire Andy." So.
Who's Andy?
Very
are you talking about Andy Whitfield? Is he going to be there?
Andy Whitfield is the dead actor from Spartacus. He will absolutely not be there.
Oh. Where are we going?
Well, let's go on to the next game here. Tampa Bay taking Carolina into overtime. And this is the game the Eagles got to play next. They're playing one of the better teams in the league this year. Tampa Bay coming out of nowhere, a 6-win team, and who knows? This team may end up making the playoffs. I mean, who would have thought that? Playoffs? Talk about playoffs? To quote a former coach there. Boy, like I said, I'm just drapped physically and mentally from football over what's happening in my team. So I'm sorry if I'm not as into it this week. But anyway, Carolina, Cam Newton seems to be finding his way again. Like, he may not be winning as much of late, but he doesn't look as vile as a quarterback as he has the first 6-7 weeks of the season. So that's going to be good news for when we have to play him. Jesus, Christmas trees. What should have been biggest blowout of the week ended up being one of the best, most enjoyable to watch games of the week. We have the Houston Texans beating the Jacksonville Jaguars in overtime, 43-37. This was the first time ever since the implementation of the extended overtime rules, where if a team scores a field goal, you're allowed to answer back and the game doesn't just end automatically. Houston is the first team they scored twice. They both matched that field goal and went on to win by scoring a touchdown, so they're the first team to ever do that. Matt Schaub had 527 yards passing. This was a game that was about as dominated as you can ask for from Jacksonville. This had to have been a heartbreaker, because this could have been the one bright spot and only bright spot of their season, just to go down, beat the Titan of the league, not the actual Titans, just beat one of the Titans of the league this year, and just have something to be hopeful about. But Houston showed why they're one of the picks to be in the Super Bowl, and why they're probably going to be in the Super Bowl, because when they had to absolutely pull out a win against a team that just really isn't that good, They found a way to win, and that's what championship teams do. Champion teams do. Isn't that right, Crixus? I know. See, he's upset because I'm not as amped up because I'm just mentally drained this week because my Eagles just keep shit in the bed, and it makes Crixus sad too. Isn't that right, Crixus? You want to cry? Do you want to lay on the bed and cry together like we do every night when Girlfiend leaves? Oh, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Oh, jeez. All right. Guy. Oh, that didn't help. Oh, jeez. All right. Hi. No, you want to play hardball? Tap out.
What are you doing?
Oh, he's tapping. I win. Okay, there we go. Now I got him worn out because now he won't be active in the rest of the video. All right. Oh boy. New York Jets beating St. Louis. I was dead wrong on this one. I figured St. Louis would win by 4 touchdowns. But all of a sudden, St. Louis sucks again, and even Crixus is upset about it. All right. New Orleans beating Oakland. Holy shit, where's New Orleans coming from? They were dead and buried after week 5 until the Eagles let them stomp a mud hole in them and then turn their season around. Again, the Eagles just should be called the Resurrectors because they're making shit teams. Tampa Bay's probably going to clinch a playoff spot on the Eagles later on this season. Actually, I'm going to predict that. The game that they play, I think it's week 15, they play the Eagles. Tampa Bay will clinch a playoff spot in that game when they beat the Eagles. So go ahead and mark that on your calendars in Tampa. Denver beating San Diego 30-23. Someone just killed a turkey. Who would have thought? I mean, this... we could be having a Denver versus Houston AFC championship, and that's something that I really didn't see happening. And it's a very good, viable possibility right now. Never bet against Manning, unless it's Eli, or unless it's Eli in the Super Bowl, then you don't bet against him. Hey, Jesus, I don't think about that. Denver beating San Diego 30-23. New England beating Indianapolis 59-24. Boy, this isn't like the New England-Indianapolis matchups we're used to seeing. My God. Gronkowski is injured, so I'm sure Ryan is great that he's going to be playing the Patriots on Thanksgiving Day. Gronkowski free, so anyway. Baltimore beating Pittsburgh 13-10. Again, this is another performance where it's like, you know, what Flacco you're going to get. You got that sub 200-yard Flacco. You got a backup quarterback on the other end, and you beat him by 3 points. And Baltimore, I'd have so much more confidence in you if you played with consistency. Like, when I was at that game last week at Baltimore, and they opened up a can of whoop ass on the Raiders, and they scored 55 points, I was like, they're probably tapped out, and they're probably not going to do as good. I thought they would still win this game. Again, without Big Ben in the lineup, it's hard to say they're going to beat a team like the Ravens, but they almost did. So they need to do some soul searching on Baltimore is what I'm getting at. And in a game of backup quarterback versus backup quarterback, we have San Francisco beating the Chicago Cubby Bears. Oh, you going to sleep? You going to sleep? I'm only halfway done this, and you're going to sleep. That's fine. I don't need you. I'm the star here anyway. Okay. No one wants to see Crixus, right? You guys don't want to see Crixus. Don't answer that. San Francisco 32, Chicago Cubby Bears 7. Yeah, I mean, not really much you could take away from this other than there now being a quarterback controversy in San Francisco now. But Kaepernick is... I mean, I guess that's a solid choice. It's not like Smith was much of anything. And he did look impressive. I tell you, I would love to have a backup quarterback that could step in and look that good on my Eagles. Too bad we don't. All right, moving on. That finishes up the Week 11 review. Week 12 predictions. Let's just bang through these real quick here, people. All right, basically on Thanksgiving, I've got all the home teams winning. Excuse me, all the home teams losing. Houston is going to win in Detroit. Washington is going to win in Dallas. And New England is going to win at the Jets. I see. It's so weird to think that Washington could now be that playoff talk team for taking over the NFC East, which, as sad as it sounds, even though we're talking about just a 4-win team, I think the Redskins are the strongest team in the NFC East. Like, am I crazy to say that? I think they have the biggest weapon in that division in RG3. They got good enough wide receivers. The lines are good enough. The defense is good enough. But they're not going to be, contending for a championship or anything like that. But I mean, that's sad to say that the NFC East has gotten so weak that Washington just comes out now, has the potential to be a division winner. Like, but then again, that's how bad the fucking division is. Minnesota at Chicago. By the way, there are no byes this week. Look for Chicago to rebound. Look for, God, it depends who's playing quarterback as well, which I didn't think about. Fuck it, I'll go Chicago anyway. Oakland at Cincinnati. Cincinnati. Palmer's all right, and he's having a pretty decent year for Oakland, but there you go. Go Cincinnati. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. I don't see Leftwich playing good against Cleveland, in all honesty. Cleveland, there you go. The Brownies have a division win finally. Actually, I think they beat the Bengals. Yeah, they did beat the Bengals. They already got the anyway. Buffalo at Indianapolis. This is your Archfiend upset special of the week. Fitzpatrick, you're going to shine in Indy. Look for the Buffalo Bills to pull the upset Archfiend special. Denver at Kansas City. This is another upset special. Look for Kansas City to look really strong at home. Are you kidding? Please, Denver's going to win this one. Seattle at Miami. Seattle, that goes without saying. Miami is just kind of like, they hit their bell curve and now they're on the way down. Atlanta at Tampa Bay. I'm going to say another upset special. Granted, I hope that the Falcons are favored in this game. They should be record-wise, but it is a game at Tampa Bay. But anyways, look for Tampa to win this game. Look for Tampa to make a statement in that division. Tennessee at Jacksonville. Jacksonville, your shining moment was last week. You're tapped out. You're on your third, fourth string quarterback, whatever the hell it is now. Look for Tennessee to win this one. Baltimore at San Diego. San Diego's at the point that Philadelphia is, where they're just going through the motions right now till they get their new coaches next year and get everything flip-flopped around. Both teams are going to revamp. North Turner is someone who is much better suited as a coordinator than a coach, than a head coach. So look for him to be replaced by Andy Reid next year. Hope you're ready for that, San Diego. Enjoy that run. St. Louis at Arizona. Look for Arizona to finally win a game again! Yes! Yes! Go Arizona! Way to go! You're finally going to win a game again. I wish I could say the same about my team. San Francisco at New Orleans. I really think New Orleans is turning their season around. I really do. Kaepernick looks good, and he could give Drew Brees and the crew a run for their money. But I see New Orleans winning at home in this one. I really do. Green Bay at the New York Giants. Just to make sure that the Dallas Cowboys don't lose any hope in that playoff spot, the Green Bay Packers are going to beat the Gents in New York. And that's Gents, not Giants. Gents, not Jets. Some people said last week because I called them the New York Gents. It's Gents. Anyways, it's an old thing that sports broadcasters used to say about it. Anyway, Carolina at Philadelphia. The game that Girlfiend and I will be at in Philadelphia on Monday Night Football. Who's the winner going to be, Crixus? Who's the winner going to be? Girlfiend, who's going to win the game?
I like the Panthers because they have a better mascot. I like Panthers instead of Eagles. I mean, Eagles are like, meh. And Panthers are like...
Alright, well, I'm going to agree with Girlfiend, but it's going to be on a totally different
and they got
reason of logic.
And nice code.
I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers because they just flat out have a better team. The Panthers are going to win. Anyway, that concludes our video here today. Crixus, you did a fantastic job. Crixus! He likes when I get all high-pitched. It probably drives him crazy and gives him migraines, but thank you. Thank you for being an integral part of this video again. Everyone likes it. And just on a random note, do you guys like my hair like when it's like long like this? Or do you prefer it like when it's like, you know, short and chopped down? Girlfiend wants me to cut all my hair off. What's up with that?
It's not if, it's when.
Anyway, thank you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Again, I got that video coming out tomorrow that it's a very unique twist to a classic Archfiend video, if I could give you a clue, baby. It's something that you guys have been requesting of me more than anything else over the past year, so get ready for that. On that note, I'm going to go make something to eat. I'm going to cook this turkey, even though I'm vegetarian. And Crixus seems to have a problem with it. Have a great day, folks! Go Eagles! Try not to suck too bad for me so I don't jump off the mezzanine. Anyway.
That's why they make alcohol.
Have a great day, everyone.